Hello everyone, GenmaTheSamurai here, and welcome to the first part of Metroid Other M. Alright guys, I've been meaning to talk about this one for a while now. We're going to be playing it in a moment. But anyway guys, I just want to clarify right now that this game is very hated by a lot of Metroid fans, and to an extent myself as well. It does a lot of interesting things, and it does a lot of horrible things. This game was released back in 2010, and there has been no proper Metroid game since then. And we're still kind of waiting, and many people still, have a bad taste in their mouths from some of the choices that this game makes. Now, I'm going to get into it in a moment, but I will say one thing: this game is very, very, very story heavy. And so because of that, I am going to talk over some cutscenes, but I'm going to try and make it in a way where you guys will still be able to tell what's going on as I, make fun of it or do other things. But, yeah. Overall, though, I think this game has a few good points, and I will point them out as they come. But that said, this game also has some stupid things, so yeah, let's get into this. So let's select that file and get this going. Okay, this is actually a pretty cool opening cutscene, by the way, guys. In many ways, I will say this part right here, I don't entirely see how it ties into anything in particular. It looks flashy, it looks cool, but yeah, there's a piece of symbolism that kind of confuses me as to how it ties into the actual story of this game, which is really weird. Yeah, there it is. Just fetus Samus. I don't know. It's really weird because this does not tie into the next cutscene in any way, shape, or form, and I guess maybe only ties into a later scene, but I don't even know. It's just kind of pointless symbolism, but alright, let's get this going.
Why am I still alive? The baby.
Recognize this scene, guys?
Mother. Time to go.
Gosh, that is a stupid line.
Okay, Samus. Everything's normal.
I awoke to the familiar voice of a quarantine officer.
Let's try sitting up, huh? Slowly now.
A dream. I had been reliving the tragic moments of my recent past. Thanks to the hyper beam, which was given to me somehow by the baby, I laid Mother Brain to waste. And the explosion that followed destroyed planet Zebes, along with the remains of Mother Brain the space pirates, and my long-standing nemesis, Ridley, and the baby.
Come on, Samus. Let's go next door.
Gosh, that voice acting.
Right, let's get started.
Go, go, Power Rangers!
Ready for a quick test, Samus?
I don't know, am I?
Let's start with a little warm-up.
Okay. So yeah, we have a tutorial bit right here. So hold down 1 and there you go. Okay. So I guess now is a better time than any to talk about the control scheme. So this game is a little bit interesting if you guys, you know, are familiar with the Wii. You have to hold the Wii remote sideways and you actually control movement with the D-pad. You jump with the 2 button and you shoot with the 1 button, which is interesting. It feels very retro. It feels like the 2D Metroids, which is what they're going for, and I quite like it. So yeah. Okay, thank you, sir.
Sharp-looking
Alright.
charge beam, just the way I like it.
Cool.
Okay.
You know what's weird though? Is that the Federation knows like all of my abilities a little bit too well. But whatever. Especially considering I found them on like alien shows of planets, so yeah, whatever.
Perfect, Samus. Alright, stand in the middle of the room.
Okay. Oh yeah, so the game sometimes does this where it wants you to like do something, so then it like takes you out of regular gameplay and forces you to kind of like walk around everywhere, which I don't really like, but whatever. Okay.
Surprised?
Not really, but
From there,
either way.
kick climb to work your way up.
Okay.
Just like that, Samus. Let's
So
go.
yeah, overall I do like how this game feels. I'm just like trying to like balance talking about this. Okay, boop-a-doop, 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 boop-a-doop. So you kind of have an auto aim for when you're shooting enemies, since this has like, you know, 3D space, unlike the 2D games where like, you know, they kind of had to make you rely on, you know, like aiming specifically a lot more. So this one's, again, it's all auto aim, which I feel feels very nice for like this kind of game. So yeah.
Here come some beams. Dodge them.
Oh yeah, so there's kind of a dodge roll type of move in this game. So, boop. There you go.
Moves I remember.
And boop. There we go. Okay, so if I hold that at the right time, okay. Okay, that's cool.
Nice. Remember how that feels.
Okay, and now the worst part of the control scheme in a moment.
Next, how about a missile test?
Yes, missiles. So, anyways, one thing about this game is you do not get pickups, so your way of recharging ammo is actually to hold your Wii Remote up and do that. And so, yeah. Now, he's going to tell us to essentially use our missiles. Now, you can only use missiles in first-person mode, which you can switch to. I think this is supposed to pay homage to the Prime series, but the control scheme is not as good. So, for one, if you don't hold down the B button, you can only really aim within that reticle. So you have to hold down B and then just kind of point around, and then that's how you move it. Now, the other thing is you cannot move while you're doing this since you only have the Wii Remote to work with. So that's kind of bad. So yeah, and you can only shoot missiles when you're locked onto a target. Oh, hello. Okay. So, yeah. So you can also do these crazy, like, action game kind of tricks. Ooh, okay, that hurt.
Something grabs you?
Okay.
Okay, looking good.
Right. Boop. Alright, so let's shoot a missile.
Looks like he's had enough of your missiles.
Alright.
Don't think those missiles
What the heck?
are doing much good.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, you don't want to point the Wii Remote towards the thing on accident. Okay.
Looks like he's had enough of your missiles.
Okay, I get it. Gosh. Don't need to keep saying lines like that.
On its head.
Okay, I get it.
Don't think those missiles are doing much good.
Okay, you can shut the heck up. Okay. Alright, well, we killed it. You could do, like, a special kill move if you actually manage to, like, knock him, like, down. So, yeah.
How about you try using a power bomb?
Alright, so power bombs also are a little bit different. You can use them kind of infinitely, but you have, like, a charge thing and it has, like, a cooldown period. So, let's do this. Boop. Man, it keeps reading as I'm going to first person. I am not going first person right now. What? Okay.
Alright, Samus. That's it for the test.
Did you just say powerbomb play? What?
Looks like you took quite a bit of damage. It's unbelievable how well you've held up.
I wondered if this too was a result of the power the baby gave me.
Right. You're due in the meeting room. The big dogs are waiting. I gave your suit a polish so you'd be at least somewhat presentable.
Well, that's not suspicious at all.
Not even a fragment. None of the baby remained on me.
And you would
I knew
want
it to
that?
be true, but still couldn't help looking at my palm for a sign.
No, like, you want your
Never
baby
again
Metroid
would
gets
I
on?
encounter the baby.
Okay.
Never. The finality of it struck me once again. Mission completed. The planet Zebes was annihilated, and all Metroids were exterminated. A simple report, almost dull even, but it felt momentous to me.
Well, alright.
I don't know how much time passed since then. Days went by in their quiet way, and people's recollections of Metroids and space pirates grew nebulous over time, relegated to a past concern of the galactic communities.
Also, guys, on a side note,
Nothing more than
if
a
you're
few
tired of Samus
memories.
talking, get used to it. She never shuts up in this game.
Codename Baby's Cry. A common SOS with the urgency of a baby crying. The nickname comes from the fact that the purpose of the signal is to draw attention. The signal
Like
was
any
coming from
SOS
a remote
signal?
part of space.
Like, okay, I just want to point out that, like, this is really stupid, because it's like, hey, I got, like, this special distress signal called the baby's cry that is, like, has a special urgency, even though a distress signal would have... Okay. Metroid Other M! Woo! I actually really do like the CG cutscenes in this game, though. They're very pretty. Like, no joke. I actually really like how they look and stuff. And the way they're shot at times is actually really, like, cool. Actually, some of the ship flying segments and stuff with the camera work and everything that you're going to see in a moment actually reminds me of Star Wars a little bit, which I think might be some of the idea. I felt like some of the, like, little bits of cutscenes, which is very tiny back in, like, say, Super Metroid or other stuff, felt very Star Wars-y, so... yeah, I feel it's pretty consistent to Yoshio Sakamoto's style. I think, though, that, like, yeah. So, actually, one review, actually, pretty much, of this game, kind of called Yoshio Sakamoto pretty much the George Lucas of Metroid. And, yeah, I like that. It's pretty apt. Okay, that one was not a Star Wars kind of thing. That was just a bad camera angle thing. Like, you did not need a time lapse there. But okay. And into gameplay. I actually really like the gameplay graphics are also really good. And that flowed very seamlessly. There was no load time there, which is actually pretty impressive. I actually like that. I mean, like, if that's impressive to you, I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. That's kind of cool, though. Like, just, there was no load time to load in the gameplay entrance. I know several games that have done that. And then, yeah, but that flowed. That flowed seamlessly from CG to gameplay graphics. And, I mean, you notice it, but still. The lack of a load time there when it happened, I like it. Okay, so sometimes the game likes to force you into first-person mode because they want you to look and find something for story reasons, because, I don't know, they want to, like, point out Samus finding him because Samus is us, I don't know. So, what you gotta do is you gotta point there, and yeah.
Galactic Federation. Huh?
You know, all they really needed to do there, though, was say, like, what kind of ship is this? And then you would look and, like, okay, though, I imagine Samus, especially, like, okay, slight spoiler, you know, she's worked for the Federation at one point. Wouldn't she know a Federation ship upon seeing it? Would she even need to see the logo? Like, because I imagine they would have a totally different, like, ship design than, you know, whatever. Let's go. Okay, so this is one of those segments where I kind of want to point out that this game really wants to make you feel like it's a 2D Metroid game. And there's also points, though, where I want to add that this game just kind of straight... Oh, hello.
Ah, fancy meeting you here, princess. Remember me?
Anthony. There's only one person who calls me princess. And that person is Anthony Higgs of the Galactic Federation Army.
Haven't seen you since that last mission. Hey, and your buddy's here too.
Adam Malkovich, a general in the Galactic Federation Army. Not only a trusted confidant, but also my former superior officer. Yes, there was a time when I was enrolled in the Galactic Federation Army. And then I was young and inexperienced. As the result of a certain incident, I left Adam's command and set out on my path as a solitary bounty hunter.
What are you doing here?
The first words out of his mouth were typical coming from Adam. To answer his question, I recounted the details of what had brought me to this place, and then I asked what circumstances led the Federation here.
You like a distress
That
signal?
information is not for an outsider.
The word he so obviously chose, outsider, pierced my heart.
Gosh darn it.
Commander, we're all prepped. No dice.
I think our only option is to use the laser to slowly burn our way through. This is gonna take a while.
The electrical system here is out, and we can't get the barrier wall to open. We tried using explosives, but it's tricky to pull off without collateral damage. What we need is some way to focus the power onto one centralized location.
Wink, 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 wink. Okay, so point at it, and missile. Actually, I really like Anthony. He's probably the best character in this game, even though he's the token black guy.
Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna go on ahead.
Also get used to Adam Malkovich perpetually looking like he has a stick up his rear because, yeah, that is his character in this game. Anyway, let's go.
Adam hadn't authorized it, but I decided to remain on site for the sake of the others.
What does it matter if he authorized it or not? You're a bounty hunter. What the heck? Alright. Anyways. Yeah, has decided not to use bombs or missiles until Adam What? Okay, I just now actually saw the reason that I wasn't able to use it already. She just decided to, without even being told that it was a problem yet. Excuse me. Excuse me, game? Alright, so here's the thing that they even pitched as an idea when they were advertising this game, and literally no one thought was a good idea, but they were like, well, maybe it could work, but no, it was exactly as bad as it sounded. And Samus starts off this game with all of her abilities from Super Metroid, pretty much, except she chooses not to use any of them because she's waiting for Adam to authorize. Hello. She's waiting for Adam to authorize it, and it. Oh my gosh, it's so dumb. I literally. Okay, but whatever, you know. Yeah, Adam has not yet authorized the use of bombs. Thank you for putting that in my face again. All right. So, we want to go over here, shoot that for a bit. There we go. Alright. Morph ball bomb. Or morph ball, not morph ball bomb. Doop-a-doop, 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 doop-a-doop. Alright, let's go. So, overall though, I still really do like the gameplay, but man, the way you get abilities in this sucks. But the feel of this game is very much kind of like Zero Mission in some ways. Again, it's very fast-paced. And it's just like a fun, like, you know, shoot everything. And friggin' Shriek Bats. Okay. So the Shriek Bats, actually, for whatever reason, they do not kill themselves when they jump at you in this game. I don't know why, but whatever. Let's go. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay. Let's go in here. And we're in another one of these sections. Hello. Okay. Well, those bugs crawled away. Well, let's go back then. No, I don't know if that's supposed to be foreshadowing or anything, but it's not good foreshadowing if it's foreshadowing. I just want to add that. So let's go over here, and, yeah. Oh, stand in front of a computer if you want to mess with it. Yeah. Okay, so also over here, right. Missile, but I cannot use missiles because Adam has not authorized it, so whatever. Let's go. Alright. So let's jump up this wall, and there we go. Again, this is very fast-paced, and I do like the general control scheme of it. It's just there's things, hello, about it. Well, anyways, you move. Alright, let's go. Yeah. But no, this game also is very, very, very cutscene heavy. If you thought the Metroid Fusion had a lot of story, you've not played this game. In fact, actually, speaking of Fusion, one thing that was weird to me is just kind of like how, I'm going to say, and I know that like Super Metroid is slightly guilty of this too, but kind of unimaginative this game kind of is for like, it's like people, it's like, I don't know, people really liked when Fusion was on a space station. Let's set this game in a space station, but like, why? You know? I don't know. Bothers me, but maybe not some other people. Anyway, let's go. So here's the save station. So let's stand on it, because it wants you to do it this time before you can progress. Okay, let's go. Okay, so there's no enemies in here right now, so let's go. And cutscene time.
He's dead. Someone or something attacked him.
Ugh. Could they not have made it red? Like, I know it's supposed to be eaten by an alien or something. That's so goofy. Like, that is not a creepy bug. I know that, like, it's supposed to be creepy, but...
There was some pervasive danger throughout the facility. I didn't know what had brought Adam here, but I did know that cooperation was imperative if we were to restore safety.
Adam, listen to me. Clearly, this facility is in complete disorder. It might be too dangerous for your men to go alone. That's why I've...
Look at that.
They're coming out of the wall! Right, stay calm.
What even? Okay, guys, I just want to say that this boss right here, again, I don't know if it's supposed to be creepy or what, but it looks like something straight out of Monsters, Inc. Like, no, look at that. Does that not look like something out of Monsters, Inc.? I just want to say that right now. Like, boy. Anyway. Oh, I couldn't do that. Ooh.
This ain't good! Nothing's working! Listen up! Freeze guns authorized!
Okay.
Samus, I'm authorizing missile use!
Okay. So why did they need authorization to use their freeze guns? I mean, like, wouldn't it have been smarter to just say, hey, use your freeze guns now? Because, I mean, I can understand them not using it before because they didn't know if it would do anything. But, okay.
Concentrate fire in a single location and freeze that thing! And Samus, you attack the frozen spot!
Gotcha. Okay. Boop. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Alright, so we're gonna shoot the eye. There we go. Alright, it's gonna try to attack us. Ow. I thought I dodged that. Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. Come on. Turn towards me. Okay. Boom. Gotcha. Okay. And there's the eye. Boop a doop a doop a doop. Gotcha.
Samus. Looks like I'm gonna need to ask for your cooperation on this mission.
You think? What?
I'm also gonna have to ask that you follow my commands.
Why?
You don't move unless I say so, and you don't fire until I say so.
Any objections, lady?
The thumbs up sign had been used by the Galactic Federation for ages. Me? I was known for giving the thumbs down during briefing. I had my reasons, though. Commander Adam Malkovich was normally cool and not one to joke around. But he would end all of his mission briefings by saying, "Any objections, lady?" He was joking, but others weren't. At the time, I felt surrounded by people who treated me like a child, or used kid gloves because I was a woman. And yet with Adam, I was grateful for the nod. My past has left me with an uneasy soul, and as a result, it touched me on some level that Adam would acknowledge that past by calling me something delicate. And I knew more than anyone that every word from Adam was deliberate. My thumbs down was a twofold response. A sign of derision at being called a lady, and a signal of my complete understanding of the mission orders.
Uh-huh.
The other soldiers were always willing to support me with easy smiles despite the fact that I clearly had so much yet to learn. Among them was Anthony. In the face of his well-meaning behavior and that of the other soldiers, my response was to become increasingly bitter. I was a child, always with something to prove, a chip on my shoulder. And I was angry. I felt that if I let my guard down, I would easily be broken.
I just want to make a small,
Beyond
like,
that,
rant here, guys. There's a little technique
scared.
called show, don't tell. And this has all been tell.
Even the naivete of my
We've had
youth,
visuals. They've been generic,
I
cheesy,
could
little,
see
like,
in
whatever
Adam's joking
you
manner
can
how
monologue
close it
over.
felt to me. Adam knows my past, and he knows me better than anyone else. Confession time. Because I was so young when I lost both of my parents, there's no question I saw Adam as a father figure.
What? Not, like, the bird people who raised you? You know?
And I rebelled against him.
Like Greybeak? Was it
I knew I'd
Greybeak?
get
I
away
keep
with
forgetting
it.
his name. But yeah. No,
His
you were raised by
betrayal and
Chozo.
passion in the face of my
Are you
rebellion
gonna talk about that?
reinforced
By the way, this
special
game never
bond
talks
I
about
had
that.
with him.
Boy. Whatever.
I
Fine.
understood well
Father figure.
that
Cool.
chances were slim that I would ever find anyone that understood me like Adam. And yet, When the time came, I still left his side. I was so young. Young and naive.
Exactly what transpired here on the bottle ship is still uncertain. Here's what we do know. The equipment we thought had been destroyed is operational again. And we've seen casualties attributed to an unidentified and lethal creature. The situation is critical. We need to gather all the information we can, but priority one is to find any survivors and bring them to safety. Consider this site extremely dangerous. Be careful as you make your sweeps. And there's one problem. The wireless interference in this facility is all-pervasive. Your comm systems are useless. As a result, communication channels will be limited to the facility's navigation booths. Well then, Lyle, investigate sector
Time for the character quirks!
and show a little restraint with the explosives. Gotcha.
He's the guy who likes to blow
Maurice,
stuff up. Next
you cover
person.
Sector 2. Repair any equipment you come across.
He's the fixer-upper guy.
You're Sector 3. I'll leave it to you to decide whether plasma guns are called for.
I'm not going to call attention to the
James,
fact that he uses the
check
guns,
out
but he is the
control
black guy.
room. Our communication issues might be the result of electrical interference.
Yes, sir.
And KG,
He's the electrician guy.
run a
This guy's the
complete
nerd.
sweep of the residential quarters and investigate any trace of survivors.
Got it.
Each of you is authorized to use a freeze gun.
Who am I kidding? None of these
Do not
characters
forget to
are
check
even
in
developed enough to
regularly
even
with
have
the
quirks.
navigation booths.
Except for Anthony.
Samus, you go to the system management room. Do everything you can to get the electrical system back up and running. Looks like your comm system is still functional. Remember, everything you see will also appear on this screen. Regarding auxiliary weapons, the use of bombs has been authorized. As far as your other weapons go, we will continue to investigate and authorize use as we can. However, we currently have no plans to authorize the use of power bombs. As you know, they have the ability to spread a high-temperature heat wave over a large area, impacting living things, which is a nice way of saying they can vaporize humans instantly. You should be well aware of how dangerous power bombs are, and how their devastation can't be obstructed with common materials. Once the mission in the system management room is complete, I need you to report back. I'll give you your next orders then. I want you all to be especially careful as you execute your missions. That's the end of the briefing.
It was the first joint mission I'd been a part of since becoming a freelance bounty hunter.
Are you sure about that?
And of course, it was the first time since my Federation days that I was following the orders of a commanding officer. Having received mission orders from Adam, I felt confused and strangely exhilarated at the unexpected turn of events. I responded. Understood, Adam. No objections, of course.
I don't mean to sound misogynistic, but man, that was the girliest, like, understood I've ever heard. Like, oh my god. But okay, alright, cool. Alright, well, let's go back. So, anyways, I'm gonna be ending off pretty soon. There's one thing I do want to grab first before I do so. So let's go over here. Go on Morph Ball. Boop-a-doop. Over here. And... doop. Missile Tank. Alright. So now we're going to go back. And I'm going to exit Morph Ball. Boom. So, again, I do like how this game feels. And the graphics in this, again, are actually pretty darn nice. For, like, the Wii, it's really good. But anyways, we're going to go in here. And we're going to save. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning into this part of Metroid Other M. And I will see you guys next time where we go over and do more of Adam's things. So, I'll see you guys then. Alright. Bye!